Okay, so our second question then, Jeremy, thank you. You've had some real success with your short stories. So, Coolest American Short Stories, the McNeese Review, runner-up for the 2024 Press 53 Award for short fiction, some kind of big names there. And if there is such a thing, and we've already talked a little bit about the three-part structure and how that evolves in your writing, what do you think the secret to the success of your stories is?
That is a good
The
question.
golden question.
And I wish I could articulate it in a better way. I'll
Mhm,
just say I've had some outstanding teachers,
mhm. Okay.
and I think that is part of what has,
Mhm.
every time I draft something new,
Yeah.
um, I'm learning what's working and what's not. It's like
Yeah.
that old, and I think I dropped this in the Balladier's Apprentice somewhere because it's something I'm like very fond of.
Mhm.
That old Beckett quote about trying,
Oh,
try.
yes, yeah, you did. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So like I do think that there's a lot of value in there, and the secret to like the success, it always feels, and you're a writer, so you know this. It always feels kind of loaded because you get a win,
Yeah.
and then you get like 6 months of crippling losses,
Yeah.
and so every time, and so where it really like hurts viscerally, and
Mhm.
so you really try to enjoy things like this, which are
Yeah.
lovely, and
Yeah.
but even I had a teacher in grad school named Brian Delaney,
Okay.
who was an Irish, who like the Balladeer is kind of maybe loosely based on my experiences with him, but he was such a lovely
Mhm.
and like gentle teacher. And he would
Okay.
read over your work, and he would always send you audio recordings of him like highlighting lines and then just being like, "Oh, that's lovely what you did there." He'd like stop in the reading
Oh,
and just kind of, and it was really
that's nice. I
very,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah, it was really very sweet. And so I don't know. I think I think for me, success has gotten a little bit, again, the word kind of makes me feel awkward, but
Yeah.
I, the more I do it, the
Hmm.
more I feel like I have an understanding of what I'm doing.
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
I know what I'm trying to do. And when you
Mhm.
mention that three-part arc,
Yeah.
is like, I know I've gotten enough background character development here.
Hmm.
I need to turn the screw a little bit and
Yeah.
get the steam building so
Mhm.
that the tension rises and the reader can keep turning the page. I think for me, at least as a reader, language gets me pretty far. Like if you have an introduction page, especially for a short story,
Yeah.
and I'm talking about like traditional lengthy short stories, I
Yeah.
struggle mightily. I have published Flash, but it's like
Yeah.
a very big challenge for
The
me.
short stories. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like rough to get. I feel like I'm not
Yeah.
really
They're hard.
getting
They are
there.
hard. They're completely different. Yeah.
And the landing, like to stick the landing, which is a phrase that we use in the States about short stories,
Okay.
like to make it feel earned,
Hmm.
whatever that ending is
Yeah.
in a short story. With Flash, it feels like it's not, I never feel like I earn it. I feel like
Okay.
it's a trick.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Almost like a
but
sleight of hand. It's so quick.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But like now I feel comfortable. I don't, it doesn't hurt as much to build the ideas
Okay.
before I would like drive myself crazy before I'd even start writing.
Hmm.
Well, that character's not going to work there, and this setting's got to be nothing. And like I said with the Balladeer, like I
Yeah.
just threw it at the wall, first person, wanted to try this thing to see if it would work.
Yeah.
One of my old professors said, like, just push the sand in the sandbox. Like,
Mhm.
don't
Okay.
get yourself so stressed out about. And I found that the most successful pieces that I've published, the things that like I guess have resonated most with readers, at least that have reached out to me, are the
Yes.
ones where I just didn't overthink it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It,
I agree. I think there's a lot to be said for that. And obviously everybody's writing process is different. I talk to a lot of writers about this and the writing process and the styles and what they do and what they don't do. And there isn't a correct answer. I always find it so interesting. And I've got obviously my own stories and my own experiences,
yeah,
but I find it so interesting to hear about other people's experiences and how in some ways they're also similar, but in other ways it's always just so different.
yeah, and like even these conversations, when I talk to other writers, I learned so much about their process, which
Yeah.
informs my own process, and then like I can
Of course,
kind
yeah.
of see it in a different way. It's I always find like I'm working on a draft of a novel now, and I always find like there are so many different you'll find 1,000 different people who will tell you 1,000 different things about
Of
like what
course,
you
yeah.
need to do. I actually I'm working on like a craft essay about this too, but it's like I find like you follow those rules too much
Yeah,
and you lose the heart of whatever it is you're working on. Like there's
yeah,
no pulse to it anymore
yeah. I'd
because it
agree.
becomes
Yeah,
formulaic and it reads very much like what we were talking about before,
yeah,
like
yeah.
very robotic. Is like I can as a reader see through it. You're just doing this to get to there.
To get to the end, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's really interesting, and I think really helpful. It's always helpful to hear what people have kind of learned and experienced throughout their writing. So thank you very much, Jeremy.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And like I think I mean, I don't know what your experience as an editor is, but I find like the most successful pieces that I read or that I work on, it comes down to like a character that has some meat to it, right?
Yes.
Like somebody that you want to spend some time with,
Hmm.
and in a circumstances in circumstances that are unique in some way.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Whether that's unique in a way that like, oh, I can relate to that because I've
Mhm.
been there, or unique in a way where it's like, holy shit, how is that person in that situation? That's
Yeah.
amazing. How are they ever going to get out of here in one piece? Like
Mhm.
those, both of those things are valuable.
And I
And
think, yeah. Oh, sorry, go
go
on.
ahead.
I
No,
was
no,
just going to
you.
say, I think in short fiction, I think you're absolutely right. I think because it's not that we don't have time for the plot to develop in comparison to a novel, I suppose we don't, but there is still time for the plot to develop. But so much hinges on the character because they have to be, I think, in many cases, the main focus, don't they? Because
Yeah,
without them, we don't have anything. Without them, we
right.
don't have the story. But without them in short fiction, you've got nothing.
Yeah, no, for sure. And that like marriage and finding the sweet spot, like that
Yeah.
invisible balance of like,
Mhm.
plot. And it's actually like a 50-part seesaw,
Yeah.
right? It's like, oh, okay, tension and plot and
Yeah.
character and yeah,
Yeah. No, that's brilliant. Thank you so much.
sure.